In this video, I'm going to go over how to add new images into Photoshop. So we're going to do this in a couple of ways. Number one, you should always have your file ready. So I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to make it the size that I want, make sure that all my settings are correct and that it has the name that I want for this. I'm just going to say it's a test, and I will create that file. Once it has everything in there, it's really actually easy to add a file into there. All I have to do is drag the file into there, and it'll allow me to move it around. And then all I have to do is go to the top and just accept that I'm good with that file. Every time I add in a new image, it is going to create a new layer. So watch as I add another thing in here. I'm good with that. I'm going to press OK. And you can see in the layers palette, I have two new files. They both need to be changed. Their file type needs to be changed so that I can work on them. Right now, they're both smart objects, which means that I can only change their size and transform them. So I'll have to right-click on that and come down to so I'll have to right-click on the title, and then I'll come down and convert it to a raster file. So if I rasterize the layer, you can see that that little icon in the corner is gone. And if I want that back because I want it to be a smart file for whatever reason, I can come to convert to smart object. And there you go. So that is two ways that I can add files to here. I'm going to delete both of those. So now I'm going to show you another way to add images. I can come up to File. I'm going to scroll down and come to Place Embed or Place Linked. Whichever one, for the most part, at this for your young stage will work for you, but I'm going to place and embed it into the document. All I have to do is find where my file is. For me, I always keep mine in the desktop. So I can find it in the desktop, and you can see that I have my sheep, and I can place it. Now it's placed in this file just as we did before, and I can come up to the top and accept it. It comes in again as a smart object, but I can change that if I need to. Last way that I want to show you is if I want to edit an image just as the image is with its own sizing, I can drag that image down into Photoshop itself. And it will create a new file, just like with the exact measurements that that file is. So now I have two files, and I can make edits and changes in here and save it, and it will save it onto my original file. If it's some simple stuff. Sometimes if you go really complicated, it'll save it as a Photoshop file. But I can also, once I have this unlocked, I can select it and use things like my move tool, and I can drag this or copy and paste it, move it up into my other file, and drop it in there. And you can see that this image was a significantly smaller image than the other one. But that's okay. Now that it's in here, I can edit it just as normal, and it's on its own new layer. So that's how we can move files from one file to another, or drag them into the same file, or embed them. So those are three different ways that you can add images to your file.